Imagine this. It's the summer of 1944. World War II is raging. On the Eastern Front, the German Army Group Center, a force of nearly 1 million men, stands confidently, thinking they're unbreakable. But in just a matter of weeks, they would be utterly annihilated, with an entire army wiped out in a single catastrophic day. How did this happen? It all comes down to one crucial warning that was completely ignored. This is the story of Operation Bagration, one of the most decisive and devastating Soviet offensives of the entire war. The Germans were expecting the main Soviet summer attack in the south, near Ukraine, where the resources were rich and the strategic prize seemed greatest. All their intelligence, all their predictions pointed south. They moved their best panzer divisions, their elite troops, to brace for an impact that was never going to come. But the Soviets had a master plan, a brilliant deception. They used a strategy called maskirovka, or military deception, on a scale never seen before. They built fake airfields, moved dummy tanks, and created massive amounts of false radio traffic, all pointing south. They made the Germans look exactly where they wanted them to look. Meanwhile, in the swamps and forests of Belarus, the real storm was gathering. The Soviets secretly amassed an overwhelming force of over 2 million soldiers, thousands of tanks and aircraft right under the noses of German Army Group Center. One man tried to sound the alarm. Reinhard Gehlen, the head of German military intelligence on the Eastern Front, saw through the deception. He analyzed the subtle signs, the buildup of Soviet partisan activity in Belarus, the faint whispers of massive troop movements, the sheer silence from a front that should have been active. He compiled his reports and warned the German High Command. He insisted the main attack would come against Army Group Center. But his warnings fell on deaf ears. The German generals, blinded by their own assumptions and Hitler's stubborn refusal to believe the Soviets were capable of such a grand strategy, dismissed Gehlen's intelligence. They called it an exaggeration, a phantom. They were so sure they were right, and he was wrong. They believed Army Group Center was safe behind the impenetrable swamps and dense forests of Belarus. Then, on June 22, 1944, 3 years to the day after Germany invaded the Soviet Union, Operation Bagration was unleashed. The Soviets attacked with ferocious power from multiple directions. The German lines, stretched thin and manned by weaker divisions, didn't just bend, they shattered. The most dramatic moment came at the city of Bobruisk. The German Ninth Army, a force of over 70,000 men, was completely encircled. On June 29th, they attempted a desperate breakout, but Soviet air power, enjoying total supremacy, turned the escape route into a horrifying kill zone. The entire Ninth Army was effectively destroyed in a single day. It was a disaster of epic proportions, a defeat so total it's hard to comprehend. In the weeks that followed, the rest of Army Group Center collapsed. The Soviets pushed forward hundreds of kilometers, liberating Belarus and pushing into Poland. By the end of the operation, the Germans had lost nearly 500,000 men, killed, wounded, or captured. It was a bigger defeat than Stalingrad. Army Group Center, once one of the most powerful formations in the German military, had ceased to exist. This catastrophic failure teaches a powerful lesson about the danger of arrogance and confirmation bias. The German leadership wanted the attack to be in the south, so they only saw evidence that supported their belief, ignoring the one man who told them the uncomfortable truth. It's a chilling reminder from history that sometimes the most devastating threat is the one you refuse to see. Thanks for watching. If you found this story fascinating, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into history's most critical moments. See you in the next video.